ninja. Let the knowledge begin. The opinion and the lesson. Yes, everyday pro wrestling. They can never be you.
Folks, welcome to Everything Pro Wrestling. Everything Pro Wrestling is a show by the fans, for the fans. I'm your host, Kyra Cushman, being joined tonight by the one, the only man they call Derek.
Yo, yo, yo.
We are here to review AEW Dynamite for April 9th, 2025. We are coming out of the fallout of Dynasty. Derek, we didn't get your thoughts on Dynasty, so if you could, in a concise kind of way, what did you think of Dynasty? For those who, because usually me and you do the AEW stuff. We did it with Hubs, Clash of the Podcast, every Monday, 6:05 Eastern Standard Time. But,
sorry,
come on, man. You eating snacks and stuff in here? What was that?
Nah, rapper.
Snacks.
Well, I mean, it's a rapper, though. It's already done.
Derek, just go. Just go.
Dynasty was good, man. I thought it was good.
Everything?
Everything. No, I thought it was a good pay-per-view. Every match was solid to me. Like, I mean,
even the main? This is 100% Derek's thoughts, but
I didn't have
issue.
I didn't really have a big issue with it. I don't know. I mean, I know people didn't like the ending, but how many endings do we have where we're just like, we just don't like this? It's part of the game.
I think they're in that purgatory territory, bro. I mean, there's not much you could do. Like, okay, like,
I mean, it's really not much that you could do, but at some point in time, we're just gonna have to let it rock.
If you rock with us, number one, hit the like button. Number two, I asked a question today. It's funny on X where I have more followers, more people see my stuff, no reaction. But on Blue Sky, I got a lot of people who gave me their comments, and maybe we'll go through them. I won't put out names out there just because I didn't say I would do that, but I'm interested to hear. What do you think they should do with Jon Moxley? How do you think they end his title reign, and what do you do with him afterwards? Think about that, and at the end, maybe we'll have a little discussion about it. How's that sound? Peachy King?
Peachy King. Peachy King.
Shout outs, man. Terrell317, first one in here. He said, looks like Swerve and Pac called an audible. Pac looked legit injured. Respect for pulling that audible off. Yes, sir. Clown, RIP to Sandra, MDK, all effing day. Thoughts and prayers to the family and friends. Yes, Nick Gage's wife passed away, so send him your love and the wrestling community as well, because I'm sure everyone probably knew her who was involved in GCW. Matt Lopez says, hello. Good evening, everyone. Hope you had a good Wednesday. Condolences to Nick Gage. Heartbreaking news, losing his wife. Absolutely. Yeah. Gabe in the house. What's good, Gabe? Oh, boy. Joe's about to take the life of the Death Riders, and I'm here for it. I love me some Samoa Joe. And I know we're closer to the end with Joe, but Samoa Joe, one of my favorites since Ring of Honor, bro. Love Samoa Joe. Bald. Slanderous, B-boy. Slanderous. Can't have that going on, man. Elite Easy E. What's good, my friend E? I hope things are good, brother. Why the Ops theme sounds like that bootleg Hypnotized theme Rock used once. Like the bit. We appreciate you, E. XG Dub, what's good? Appreciate you, family. Eric Douglas, Darby, you're the hero. We need to beat Moxley. Derek, do we wait for Darby? He's climbing. He hasn't started his climb yet. I don't think it's gonna. Actually, I think it's next week he starts.
Nah, we're not.
No. Well, here's why though, Derek. You have to train for like months. They won't even let you climb until you do this training. Because I don't know if y'all know, but that coffin drop is real up there. Like they don't play that.
Well. Do we wait for Darby?
Is that sponsored?
Not at all. I got you covered.
All right. Grandma's hose water. Yep. Try it now.
No, we do not wait for Darby. Sorry.
Did you think at one point that he was the guy that they should have tried to go with, maybe, or?
I thought it might have been an idea to go with him.
Yeah, Matt says Darby's probably not coming back till All In. Yeah, I agree. Probably not until July because you got to climb. That probably takes a bit of time for Mount Everest. So I personally think you don't wait for him.
Yeah, well, I'm not waiting.
Matt says we can't wait for Darby to come back to build a match at Forbidden Door. All out, it's Ospreay or bust. Yeah. Deanna, cough, cough. Is the show over? Deanna, did you not enjoy it or are you sick? What are you trying to tell me here? What are you trying to tell me? Darby wins the title in his hometown. You want to wait till Wrestle Dream? I don't know about that, fam. That's all the way till October. You're willing to sit through 6 more months of this? Listen, man, I think they should have already did a title change at this point.
Yeah, it should have already happened. I'm sorry. As much as I love Darby, I can't wait for Darby. That's a long time.
Let me ask you this. Do you think people are overreacting to the Moxley, like, this sucks, people walking out of the arena? I know I saw some people doing that.
I think so. Like, okay. In no way, shape, or form do I personally feel this is the best thing that they've done with Jon Moxley. I don't feel like it's the best. But I certainly don't think like it's the worst either.
Matt says climbing Mount Everest takes 55 days plus weeks of recovery.
Yeah, no. We'll see you next year.
Right. Shout out to Jocelyn in the chat. She says Dynamite was different tonight. What do you mean by that, Jocelyn? I'd like to hear you expand upon that. Deanna said I fell asleep. Stop working so hard.
Right. What was I saying?
Moxley, like this isn't the best version of him.
Yes, but you know what? Somewhere down the line, there was an audible call, and you know there was an audible call, just by how this is panning itself out. Something went wrong. A monkey wrench was thrown in the plans. They had to change something. You could tell they had to change something. So, as he has said multiple times, as a whole, since people don't like AEW, what would you do different? Well, since you don't like Jon Moxley's role right now, what would you do to change it? But we ask this question and we want people to answer it, to give better ideas.
Yeah, and that's the one thing I think that we don't see as much in the community anymore.
No.
It used to be like if I didn't like an idea that I saw in Wrestling Company A, you would then say, you know what you could do to get out of this? Here's an idea. Like, yes. But also, I don't get mad if things don't go my way either. And I know people were using that. That's kind of a crutch too, because maybe someone just didn't like it. Like I said, I didn't like the finish either, but I'm not as mad as other people were. And I saw people talking about whataboutisms and things like that. I think that's bullshit too, though, when people use that. We're past 10 minutes, right? Close enough. Yeah. I don't care. It's bullshit. Like, you say whataboutisms because I'm trying to bring up a point and make another point within the argument. Right. That's bullshit. Because if we're talking about wrestling and I'm trying to point out a hypocrisy, I have to bring up the other thing. You can't just say, nope, just keep it about this. Because now you're trying to dictate the argument and the rules around the argument. So I'm just putting it out there because Matt's bringing up WWE, and I'm going to read his thing, though. He says, weren't we acting like this during Roman's title run, wanting it to end after BS? I think people did get tired of it towards the end, but also people big upped it and enjoyed like the shenanigans too. I think it just depends on the audience. Because I did see a thread today. Jon Moxley's been ratings for AEW. I don't know if people saw that, but they've went up with him. Spike bat in the back or not? Like, the Death Riders are getting old. Jericho, please take a break. I feel like something happened and they didn't recover well. With who? The Death Riders or Learning Tree? What's good, fellas? It's just an overreaction just to add on to AEW hate by some people. If Mox was acting like Mox in 2019, 2020 in his run, then people would be complaining, no, he's the heel. So we had to wait 4 years for Roman to lose, but we can't wait 7 months for Darby. Different companies, Eric. Different companies, too. Why not book random matches? If this is where the best wrestlers show more random matches, let's see something different. What do you mean by that, though, Deanna? So maybe Darby's just never going to get his moment. I think he will, but I just think now you have to pivot from it. Like, I don't think you can stay on this for a whole year. The show after a pay-per-view always flows. It'd be like, for me, since I haven't finished Dynasty. Okay. Let's see. We talked about Dynasty. There's some stuff still coming up if you're into All In Texas. Got a big week planned out for you there. Take a screenshot. Do whatever you got to do. If you're on, no, Derek, stop trying. Derek's really trying to get us to go to this Texas show. I don't think I could do it. It's the week before the intern's birthday.
Oh yeah, never mind. So
we gotta be careful. We don't want to push it.
Yeah. No,
and I'm also afraid to go to Texas. I want that barbecue though, but I don't want no problems.
Best barbecue in the world, I would say.
You been there?
No.
Oh. How do you know that then?
I'm willing to bet.
No. We're putting him on screen.
I'm willing to bet.
Yeah, all right.
I'm willing to bet.
For those interested in going, they'll be in the Curtis Caldwell Center that Wednesday, Thursday as well. Friday and Saturday, they'll have StarCast in Arlington, Texas at the Sheraton Arlington. And Death Before Dishonor looks pretty cool with some medieval like type text. They're going to have that at the Esports Stadium where they had Collision last year. I loved Collision from there. And also All In Texas from Globe Life Field Saturday starting at 2 p.m. Show starts at 3. Love it. Hopefully they don't get interrupted by anything else. But yes, right. Excellent. We're here to talk Dynamite though, so let's get into it. Toni gave us a full rundown. He did add some matches like while I was busy today, but I'll give you the pass, Toni, because you at least put 3 matches up so I could do something here.
Right.
I had to go with the custom graphic. Yes, I know that Swerve picture looks crazy on the front, but I had to do that just to show like it wasn't my favorite ending, but like I said, I'm also not ready to throw AEW out in the trash can either when it comes to this.
No.
Tonight, Dynamite, Derek, opened up here. Death Riders promo. Basically, Moxley's telling the Young Bucks to be careful. So we were wondering, were they working together? Were they not? It seems like it was a happy accident how all this came together, but more on that in a moment. Jon Moxley takes on Katsuyori Shibata. If you like wrestling, this is wrestling. It's a wrestlers wrestle match, and that's what it was. It was basically a grapple fest. Remember, I've been saying this for a while. Moxley's wrestling matches have been wear you down. And eventually he just caught Shibata in a bulldog choke, and GG. Yeah. Moxley wins. That's the end. The Young Bucks come out, and they kind of, look at Moxley. They leave, and then they explain their actions as to why they took out Swerve, and they said they did it for Hangman Adam Page. They did it for Hanger. Matt says that what they did was a peace offering to the Death Riders. Pitches the Death Riders and the Elite as one. People booed. They're saying, Mox, come back out with your crew, but then they're interrupted by the one and only Kenneth Omega. My guy. So he comes out, and Kenny Omega basically sounds like he's ready to fight. And he tells some story about Shih Tzus, poop, and Dookie, all this type of stuff. And he's ready to fight. And before he can get in the ring, the coin drops. It's Okada. Yo, if you don't, I really hope that they do the New Japan match. Don't do no bull like we got with Shinsuke and AJ. I'm sorry to make this comparison because that match was fire at Wrestle Kingdom. And then when they got to do it somewhere else, it wasn't as good. I need that New Japan Kenny Omega Okada match. One time for the one time. That might even have to be the main event, dog. But yo, straight heat, bro.
Yes.
When if they do it how they used to do it, it's gonna be fire. I don't know how it's gonna turn out. First time on U.S. soil, man. Maybe we should go.
Yeah, I told you.
Look at them.
I told you.
Yeah, right. We're about to be sitting up high, but they still got some floor seats down there. They're a little expensive though.
See, bro, we got it.
You driving, man?
That's fine.
Yeah, he says that till we're riding on them rails. Oh God, this guy almost hit me. You ever see that video with the old dad who said that? Lying ass up, Grandpa. He was knocked out, boy.
Nah, you know what? Now that I think about it, going down to Texas might not be a good idea. God rest his soul. We might get pulled over from
Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Mr. Emery.
Come on now. Didn't he pass?
He did.
Yeah. R.I.P. man. Funny dude, and his role is crazy. He wasn't even an actor. They said he was just a dude.
Yeah,
like, yeah, no, you're in the movies. And it was like, what?
Yeah, no acting skills.
I used to know someone who had a random picture of him on like their desk, and I don't know if someone gave it to him as like a gag gift, but they used to have that at one of my old jobs, and I was like, why? But I never asked. I was like, I don't want to know. Okada comes out, Swerve comes out. Everyone, they bounce, they powder, and then here comes PAC, puts a beat down on Swerve after the match, which leads into the next match. This is all in the first half hour of Dynamite. 2 matches. What do you know? So we're into 1/3 of the trios champs taking on Swerve Strickland. This is where we saw an injury occur, we believe. Derek, your assessment on it. I know you gave kind of a little sports injury analysis and what you thought happened.
So after Swerve, okay, can we say Swerve gave PAC a buckle bomb?
Yeah,
okay. So after the buckle bomb into the corner, PAC falls. Swerve gets onto the top ropes, hits him with the elbow in the middle of the back. And then after that, you see PAC hold his ankle or Achilles. And I'm like, PAC is hurt. I'm like, wait a minute, when did this happen? Like, what part of the match did he get hurt in? Because it was like really, really quick.
It could have just been a landing. Could have just been a way he planted it. I don't know. But PAC looked like he was seriously hurt. I don't know what this means for the trios titles. PAC mustered his way through the match, got back in the ring, and did the finish. Yeah. He was like super kick, and then he was like, go to the top and just pin me.
Right.
And that's what they ended up doing. I like it. Matt says if the C2 winner this year gives the AEW World Title shot at Revolution 2026, then Darby's winning that. You could do that then. Darby did have a really good. You could tell a heck of a story with him in it too.
Yeah.
Jasim, what's good, bro? Welcome, man. I live in Houston, Texas. It's the best place for barbecue.
Told you.
With the way Jericho is acting tonight, I'd leave him for a bit and come back to a Patrick Bateman type character. I know you know. I hope Swerve wins the title back eventually. Gabe, that was a pretty good idea. Let me see here. Omega Okada would be nuts. Why these grown men talking about Dookie, bro? Swerve saved us. Yo, no clue. I think that's just Kenny's type of like who he is. So I wasn't too upset, but he was trying to tell the story basically of people shitting in their own house. That's what the story was supposed to be. And that's what happened, man. Yeah, but prayers up to PAC, man. Hopefully he's all right. We were just talking about PAC right before. Like, yo, did they miss the chance to make PAC a world champion? I don't think so. I think you could build him up, but PAC's in that like upper mid card, a little push to it, and I think you could get him in that world title mix if you needed to.
You could. I think you can give him a world title shot or a world title reign. I don't think you give him like a longevity one.
Yeah,
but you give him a good one, couple months, I'd say.
Yeah, I think he'll be fine if they ever wanted to.
Yeah,
the option is there. They got a lot of different people that they could go with. We talk about stuff for Collision. I'm going to run down that in a minute here. Trying to get through these things quickly. Renee tries to get an interview with Hangman Page. He says he doesn't know who he's facing at the Owen. More on that momentarily, and he doesn't care. He's got other things to do. He busts into Swerve and Nana's locker room. Swerve's not there, but Nana's there. And Nana basically tries to apologize to Hangman. He's like, no, you sit down and shut up. You don't get to do that. And the beef is still there. I think we all know where this is going. It's Swerve and Hangman versus the Bucks.
Yes, I think the beef is there for the time being. The hatchet will be buried when it comes to the tag team match. I think, or not, maybe not even necessarily buried, but all right.
That's got to be the all-in match, right? Like, I don't think you have them team up even like 5-on-5. If PAC's out, I would even offer maybe you have Swerve or Hangman taken out.
Yeah.
Because right now, I believe Ospreay's the favorite to win the tournament.
Yes.
Hangman's 2, though. Like, you still could go with Hangman to save the day against AEW, or you could go with Will Ospreay. I think Will Ospreay, Moxley, you'll have the Bucks versus Hangman and Swerve.
Yeah.
You'll get FTR versus Edge and Christian. Maybe you'll get Danielson and Yuta. I would love it. I need that lesson match for Captain Planet.
Slow. You're gonna die a slow death.
You got to get the Hurt Syndicate in there. MJF, like I think this could still wind up being a really, really good show as long as people believe here. Yeah. And they might be just trying to get to the big show here with Mox and all that. Whatever. Yeah. I feel like Moxley's not going to defend his title at this pay-per-view. I think we're really going to be waiting around for at least 3 months for this all to go down with what's going to happen with Moxley. So strap up, get used to it. I don't know what else to tell people. Let me see here. I think this is the first PAC Swerve match. Hope PAC's okay is one of the reasons why I turned to AEW in the beginning. I hear you, T. Ferg. Hubs, I'm currently making huge church family pro wrestling podcasting plans for Mega Holy Wrestling next week. So much going on. Honored to be here for EPW, Brother Conrad and my guy, Derek.
My guy, Hubs.
Brian Dancing versus Yuta. Captain Planet is going to get his effing head kicked in. He probably is, bro. Not going to lie. If PAC is hurt, who helps defend the trios titles? Marina?
No, I think you deviate away from that.
Either you have PAC sit up there and not do anything because he can't, or you maybe have Moxley try to defend the belt one night and then he tries to get up there to help them defend those belts, but then they lose.
Right. That's
what I would do. I think you just move them over to the ops at this point.
Yeah.
Bucks versus Hanger, Swerve versus Timu, Bloodline versus Cody Reigns. Yo, come on, E. Yeah. So Hangman makes sure that Nana knows, rest assured he wasn't trying to help Swerve. And I wrote after that, yeah, they teaming up.
Yeah.
Next up, 40 million thousand times 2 x equals the Pythagorean theorem.
A squared plus B squared equals C squared.
The slope formula. Tony Khan said $400,000 on the line for an explosive 8-man tag. I like it. Put a little purse money on this. Ricochet Crew and Beast Mortos, fantastic team versus Mark Briscoe, Kevin Knight, Speedball, Mike Bailey, and Will Ospreay. You can't lose with this team here, man.
Not at all.
We get loud AEW chants during this match. I noticed that. I like it. Mark Briscoe, full of energy. I think fans are really digging Speedball's style. It's different compared to everyone else. It's more of like a martial arts background. Right. You got Will Ospreay, who's flipping amazing. Kevin Knight on his way up there. No one that big should be able to drop kick that well, brother, and I love it. Crew, I think they're fantastic.
Oh, absolutely.
I actually think they might want to consider giving them some tag gold eventually, or even trios championships eventually.
Yeah.
But I think their stuff's going to come later. I could see bigger things for them in the future. Ricochet. Brother, what are you doing? They make his character so good. He's such a dork. Like, I don't know how else to put it. And Beast Mortos, Tony, show Beast Mortos some love, man.
Yeah.
Give this man, if someone's got to be commander for that TV title, let it be Beast Mortos or something, man.
Something.
Give Mortos something, man. He's really good. I'm a fan. So
Mortos puts on a good show. I don't think I've ever seen a bad match from him since he's been here. This is my first time seeing him in totality.
Totality. You said it right.
Yeah. Okay.
Beast Mortos was great in TNA. He's had the same role in every American company he wrestles in. He loses a lot, but he's fantastic. So Beast Mortos, I gotta show you some love, brother, because you're really, really, really good, and I like it. Have Jack Perry sub for PAC?
No.
He fits better with that group though than the other one.
He does, but
we haven't seen Jack Perry in a minute. I'm sorry, I was starting to get worried here. I'm like, is he gone?
I'm not.
Nights at Magic City Strip Club. Hey yo.
I'm not upset that he hasn't been there.
For the purpose of Derek, we did not take notes during this, but it was good and people went crazy. Ricochet got slapped by all of his opponents in the bald head. What's up with the bald slander again here, folks? We got to stop this. Mortos ended up getting hit with a flurry of finishers. Good job, guys. You left Mortos hung out to dry there. He ended up eating the hidden blade. The good guys win. They celebrate. Or no, it wasn't the hidden blade. It was Kevin Knight. Excuse me.
Yes.
Yo, Kevin Knight, bro, the man's got bunnies, bro. He's got hops. He did like a twisting in midair sideways. Like he's got the RVD hops, bro.
He does.
I wouldn't mind seeing him and RVD face off eventually.
That'd be a good match.
I think it could be. He hits it. It was a beautiful frog splash. Kevin Knight gets the win. And I like that they're putting the shine on Kevin Knight. You could have let Ospreay win. Could have let Speedball even get the win here. But instead, that's what they went with. And I'm like, you know what? I don't hate it.
Especially after the showing that he had with Will Ospreay, I would take that wholeheartedly and would not complain.
I would like to also give a big shout out to the homies FTR, who they showed their attack on Cope. Cash Wheeler is a menace when you go back and watch this. Like, he was way too excited to turn. He beat this man badly.
Yes, he did.
And then when he put the neck brace on and went on the stretcher, and then Dax is trying to say they needed to be heels.
Yeah.
And I feel like Tony Schiavone might pay on Collision. More on that in a minute. We'll do the whole Collision rundown, but FTR is going to be on there. And he mentioned something about your daughter would be disappointed in you. You don't bring up my daughter. You don't ever do that. You understand me? So I could see Tony Schiavone. He might have to get the beat down, or
he might,
or get yoked up by that jacket.
Well, I mean,
and Nigel's just gonna be sitting there. I told you not to say anything, Tony. Your mouth's gonna get you in trouble. I've always told you that.
Honestly, bro, like I don't know if I would let Tony get hurt like that. Like, we need Tony.
No, I just think they're gonna yoke him up, and then someone may try to make a save or something. Fun 8-man tag. I agree, Matt. Cray says, does AEW need a title like the X Division? I don't think so. I think AEW style is kind of the X Division more so. So I don't think you need a championship. This match was fun to watch. I agree. That's what I think the trios title should be. I told Derek this. I think it should be like lucha style matches. That's the belt you put on anybody. And Tony does a good job in protecting all of his titles. You don't have to protect like the trios belt, bro. Let that thing change hands whenever. Like, You know what? Go ahead. I just think sometimes you need a little shot in the arm when you want to do that stuff. But he's very protective of his championships, and I can respect that too.
Right.
If I'm any of the 8 men in this match, I'm saying 400K. This was a shoot match. We got to win this. Good one, T. Ferg. Bald men are the hardest workers in the world. Shaving is a job. Bruh, who you telling, bro? I be in front of that mirror every Sunday and Monday, just like. And don't miss a spot. Got to go back.
He's surveying the playing field.
Yo, play ball. Jasim says, yeet. Was good. Crew broke up the pin after the frog splash. Ospreay did hit the hidden blade for the win. Thank you. I couldn't. Yeah. See, fire. Fire. No, I thought the same thing for a second. So yes, they did break it up, and then Ospreay did get the win. But it don't matter. Kevin Knight's still amazing. Show him some love. Thank you, Rob, for the correction. Kevin Knight is a preview of Montez Ford's singles run. Why you need Kevin Knight to preview it? Should have been happened. But I digress.
That would be a good match.
Mm-hmm.
That would be a good match.
I love it. Next up, we hurt people. We hurt people.
We hurt people.
Hurt Syndicate. They end up getting interrupted by MJF. MJF works on sucking up and telling people why he's not in the Owen Hart Cup. MJF says he is going to get back his Triple B. Lashley's sick of MJF. He puts him down immediately. MVP says, look, man, you need to get 3 thumbs up to join this group. MVP says, you know where I stand. Thumbs up on you. Shelton had thumbs in the middle, then thumbs down. And you already know Lashley's like, get the hell out of my face talking this mess. So right now, not so good.
No.
MJF was frustrated. He told the cameraman to get out of his face. And yeah, they don't trust him.
No.
Renee Paquette is backstage. She tries to interview Megan Bayne. And let me say, yo, Joey Janela, bro. What are you doing out in these streets, bro? What are you doing out here? Penelope Ford was there. She did some talking too, but they made it sound like Megan Bayne's not done yet. No. She's going to cause some more havoc and damage in the meantime.
As she should.
Right?
As she should. Like, Megan Bayne has come a long way in such a short amount of time.
She's really good, bro.
She is. Great match from this past weekend at Dynasty.
Got caught slipping. Still enough time to put the championship on her. I could even see her being a future like TBS champion.
Yeah.
Give her some time. I think she's doing fine right now.
She is.
And she looks the part. She acts the part. Like I said, I think it's just fine. If she shows promo skills, personality, to the moon.
To the moon.
Live next Wednesday, we're getting Spring Breakthrough. This will be the show in Boston, Massachusetts, and I don't know why they picked Boston for a show called Spring Breakthrough, but
Boston.
Get out. So they're gonna do that show, and I believe this is the show that passes Nitro in the number, right?
Yes. I think so.
Yeah, so I'm sure people will have their draws all twisted up about this.
No,
it's okay. It's okay. It happens. Some
things were just made to be broken.
That's a fact. Joey pulled an Eric Benet. Hey, yo.
Yeah.
Hey, yo. Next Wednesday and live Collision on Thursday, too. Yes. Collision is live. Guys in the chat, just put my socials in there, man. Yo, if you're on like Instagram, things like that, follow us over there too. We put up some cool stuff in there sometimes, something that's different. So make sure you guys are over there as well. I put the Discord link in earlier. Can someone do me a favor? I don't know who's in here. Test that link and make sure it works. If it's not working, I'll fix that. But just give me a test and just say like, yeah, it sends me the invite and I can join from it. That's all I want to know. Moving forward though, guys. We are now getting back to the Owen Hart quarterfinals. We'll pull up the brackets after this. Timeless Toni Storm's on commentary. Derek, there's none of that while the mic's on. Was that a sneeze or a cough?
It was a cough.
All right. Well, I was going to bless you, but I'll take it back for now.
I mean, you still do it.
All right. Bless you, sir. Bless you. Kris Statlander, Thunder Rosa. I was actually looking forward to this one. Two former champions in AEW, Thunder Rosa, AEW Women's Champion. We have Kris Statlander, former TBS champion here in Baltimore. They were like, let's get it on. This was a heck of a match. One really good one. This might be my second favorite match of the night. Like if I was ranking them tonight, this might be my number 2.
You know what? I will have to say this will be my number 1.
You enjoyed this more than Derek doesn't like the crazy match though. See, my favorite match was the crazy 400K match, but
yeah, too much chaos. It's a lot going on.
Derek hating, bro.
I'm just saying, it's a lot going on. But I have to say, the reason why I feel like this was my favorite match, I forgot Toni Storm was even out there. Like, I completely forgot she was out there. I just enjoyed the match, and it was really good. And seeing the give more credit to the women who deserve that credit for what they do in the ring. And I say this for all promotions. All promotions. When you put your foot in that match and you bring out the ability to pull a stunning match between you and your opponent, I give nothing but the utmost credit. Nothing but the utmost credit. Again, across all promotions. This is me not speaking solely about AEW because I like AEW. No, this is me speaking out for all promotions. When you have a women's match that is that good, respect is given when it is due.
Much respect, Derek. I'm glad that you said that.
Yes, because they deserve that. They deserve it.
Thunder Rosa hits a great Mexican destroyer. Only got a near fall. Kris Statlander hits the Wednesday Night Fever. I don't know if she calls that when she's on Wednesdays and Saturdays, but we're going to call it that. Wednesday Night Fever.
I like that name.
Yeah, I think it was Saturday night when she's on Collision, she'll say it. But she hits that. It's that tombstone. Thunder Rosa did not kick out, and Statlander gets the win. So she is moving on in this tournament. Let's take a look at the brackets, shall we? So
bracketology.
Right now, we know Will Ospreay has moved on to the semifinals. Yes. Brody King, Konosuke Takeshita, that's happening on Collision. Kyle Fletcher has moved on as well. He defeated Mark Briscoe at the pay-per-view, and we're still waiting on Hangman Page versus the wild card. When that happens, we don't know. On the other side, for the women's brackets, we know that Mercedes Moné has defeated Julia on the right side here. Harley Cameron Athena is going to happen on Collision. Thunder Rosa, Kris Statlander, we just said moved on, and Jamie Hayter and Billy Starks will also happen on Collision.
Yes.
Should be interesting. Listen, I'm telling you guys this right now. if I have a prediction for this, I think it's going to come down to Hayter and Statlander, but they could do something weird here with Mercedes and Athena. I would like for them to wait till All In to do this match. They might do it before, and they might have Mercedes versus Toni. They might go Athena versus Toni. I don't know. But if you're asking me, I'm pulling the upset of all upsets, and I'm letting Jamie Hayter win this, in my opinion.
Yeah, I can get with that.
Let her challenge for the championship. She never lost. There's a story there. Statlander's got a story too, though.
Yeah,
trying to build up. Athena and Mercedes have similar stories of we've never lost. Right. I think you could do a draw here and give Statlander and Jamie Hayter the match at the pay-per-view.
Yeah.
That's just me talking, though.
I can get with that.
See? Hangman versus Wildcard is next week. Hey, yo. TK has a talented women's roster. I hope there will be 2 women's matches per show in the future. I think that there will be. I think I told, I don't know if I was telling Derek this or someone else, but the matches are simple. Toni Storm has the storyline and Mercedes has the matches. And Mercedes matches are like, wow, you may not expect Mercedes to face Azumi. You may not expect her to face, I don't know. You pick someone from anywhere. Or they'll do a match with someone from AEW. And her matches are usually pretty good.
Right.
So there's something there. Saturday Night Fever is the John Travolta disco movie. The Bee Gees did the soundtrack, including More Than a Woman. Classic. Shout out to Aaliyah as well.
Yes.
Oh, that makes sense because she was More Than a Woman. Saturday Night Fever. There it is. Boom. Good call, E. But don't they call it Wednesday Night Fever when it's on Dynamite? I feel like they switch it up just to, cutesy. I'm picking Hayter to win the Owen. Yeah. And if it's not Hayter, like, I'm not going to be upset and be like, oh, why'd they do this? I personally think, though, you should hold off. I think Athena and Mercedes, that's your all-in match. You could build up to this. Look, we know Supercard of Honor is happening. Maybe they could start taking the championships from each other. Like, you know what I mean? I think there's more to this than what meets the eye.
Yeah, no, I agree with that. Mercedes and Athena have their own story behind everything that's happening. I think like you said, you have them go into a draw and boom.
Then you could book like maybe Athena defends the belt against Billy Starks again, and then Mercedes cost her that championship. But then when it's time for Mercedes to defend it, she cost her. We don't know. Or maybe she's like, I'm going to be the one to take it from you. Like, you have options here. So lots of fun in booking this. Enjoy. We get Don Callis. Don Callis is back there with the 20-year-old beefed up, oily. What did he say? Oily, hot. Like he was good. He was getting into it. Don Callis was feeling them, and he was like, "Yeah, that's right. I got it." And he said that the family is accepting applications. Turn in your resume, send your video packages to Don Callis. So they might be adding people to it. And I'm not gonna lie, Rob came in and he had a good suggestion for it. Max Caster. I bought into that immediately. I was like, I like that.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't dispute that at all. I think that's a good move.
Right. I'm glad you're enjoying him over in the Jasim. He's talking about Ray Phoenix. I'm glad you're enjoying that, man.
Has he debuted already?
Yeah, he was on SmackDown. He's done one match so far. Don Callis, everyone's creepy uncle. Chill. Don said in your bank accounts too. He said send in your bank account too. Yeah. Never trust Don Callis.
No.
Ask Lance Storm. He'll tell you. So yeah, we mentioned the matches. We got a little quick promo with Adam Cole with the TNT title. Look good with the TNT title. Yo, Adam Cole was kind of in his bag a little bit tonight where he was like, yes. Yo, we're back. And they dropped the Undisputed Kingdom. They were like, yo, get rid of this. If you remember, if you go way, way back to like 2021, there was a group name that was floating around for them that they had purchased the name for. And they never got called it. Well, they are going with the Paragon now. So that is the name they are looking forward to. And Kyle and Roddy seem to think that they're on their way to championship gold, which
yes,
I'm okay with.
I think having them having those three back together solidifies that team. It solidifies that team.
Give me Roddy and Kyle versus the Hurt Syndicate at a pay-per-view. You could probably even do that Double or Nothing, truthfully. I'm with it. Shelton and Roddy, Kyle getting thrown around by Lash, man, yo, I'm in.
Yeah.
I'm in.
Yeah.
That to me, that'll be one of those good old fashioned, just hard hitting matches. I'll enjoy that one. What else have I missed so far? So I'm gonna just try to get through this learning tree segment here just for Derek. Chris Jericho, which I actually thought this was a good segment.
This was. So I'm never a big fan of the
learning tree
segments, but this one was actually good. This one had great direction. And
Hubs, mark this down, man. Derek said good direction. And Derek kind of emphasized he doesn't hate Jericho. He doesn't like the learning tree.
Yeah, the whole learning tree gimmick, I don't like. I still love Jericho. I understand what he has to do for the learning tree.
Love.
Love.
Love. Let me not. Little Keisha Cole, what are you doing here, Derek?
No, I still love Jericho, man. Jericho.
Legend of your time. I get it.
Yeah, like I remember the day that he debuted in WWE with that Y2J stuff. Like that was gold. That was pure money.
You didn't like WCW? I love WCW Jericho too, though. That was great.
You know what? Honestly, bro, as much as I watched WCW, I kind of forgot he was there.
Bro, you don't remember the feud with Goldberg when he was like the TV champ? Bro, he did someone knocking on the door, but then he couldn't find his way to the ring. He kept going the wrong way.
Yeah. Don't get me wrong. Jericho in WCW was good, but I also kind of like forgot he was there. Like it was almost like a new beginning, and like hitting the reset button when he went to WWE. I'm like, yo, that's Chris Jericho.
Right. Jassim, I think the learning tree thing is something from WWE. I think it's like an inside joke amongst talent. It's gotta be. T-Ferg says he's calling it. So let's run through this real quick. What happened before I get to T-Ferg's comment? Jericho basically comes out and says he's upset that none of them are champions. Big Bill says, you know what? I've been pretty annoyed with you too. And he kind of speaks his mind. I felt like they were trying to keep Brian Keith in the middle here, the bad apple.
Yeah.
Which like I said, I think that he's elevated them and got them more TV time than they would have got if they weren't with Jericho. But Jericho loses his mind and he starts hitting the TV with the bat. He basically says, maybe I just need to go away until we figure everything out. And Jericho leaves. He goes outside. He ends up being seen later on getting into a car. GG, my guy. Game over.
Yeah.
He's out. T-Ferg thinks that Jericho leaves and goes back to WWE for a retirement run. Do you think if you're Tony, do you let him go? Like, are you going to say keep Jericho? I think Tony appreciates everything he's done.
Yeah. If I'm Tony, if Jericho wants to go, he can go. If I'm Jericho going back to WWE for a retirement run, I think that's stupid.
I think he'll get a good run though, but
I don't.
You don't think so? I think they'll give him a couple good, like at least one good match. Like
they'll give him a couple,
program.
They'll give him a couple good matches, but a good run, I don't think they'll give it to him.
Is it
because he took a lot of shots at WWE?
Jericho?
Yeah.
But he's also he went on Austin's show. He did that. He still mentioned AEW. I think Jericho's been through and through, like he's been about it. I'm not mad at anything he said.
I'm not mad about it either, but people are spiteful.
Let me see here. Jericho ain't writing himself out that low key. Triple H will give him that Sting run. Ooh, I don't know. I don't trust Triple H's booking for Jericho. I thought they made up, but I think you got to do this right if you're going to do it, but I don't know. I don't know what Jericho wants to do, so we're going to have to sit and wait. I don't think it's over yet, though. I still think, like I told people, I think he could put over Big Bill, and the only other thing I can see him doing right now is maybe his quest for Big Ten for the AEW Championship one last time. Does he do it? I don't know, but
I don't think he leaves because I think he has more say over what his career is here.
Yeah, he plays a big part in it, and we'll have to do the wait and see, man, with Jericho. Running down Collision one time. Collision, we're gonna get to see Jamie Hayter versus Billy Starks. Harley Cameron versus Athena. Brody King versus Konosuke Takeshita. We're going to hear from FTR. Blake Christian versus the 5'2" player, Anthony Bowens. Derek, you should check out his baseball clips, dude. I think he was pretty good. I could just see it. You know, you can see, like, I'm like, did he play college ball? He had to have, because he's really good.
What's his real?
Hold on, player. We're not. Well, take it easy. Derek heard baseball and got a little excited here.
Yeah, let's see.
Listen, Anthony Bowens is nice, man. You can just type his name in and just put baseball or something, and you'll get to see it. We had Alicia Atout backstage with the Hurt Syndicate, little tongue in cheek with her guy MJF there, kicking her out of the room. I missed what MVP said, so if you're in the chat, please tell me what MVP said to MJF. At that time, the intern was running around screaming for whatever reason. I was like, "Hey, what are you doing right now?"
Right.
So you know, it was about that time. I say Supercard main event, Big Bill versus Bandito for the title. Crazy. Yeah. Let me see here. Jasim, in September, Jericho joined the Learning Tree. Jericho started the Learning Tree. I didn't see a future for Jericho. He wasn't getting anywhere. He needs to act more serious to stop posting a TV show. But he's not in a higher up character to do that. I think he's trying to find a spot for himself on the card. Honestly, Jericho could be, if he was really big up in people and taking stuff, he could really be doing it at a higher level. And instead, I think Jericho is just like, can I just be part of the show?
Right.
So he's trying to get in there. And I get it. It's not everyone's favorite thing. Me and Derek don't like it, but Hubs likes Jericho and what he's doing right now. I can see it. Trying to see if anyone caught anything here with the matchup here with MJF. I don't know what was said, but MVP seemed like he was trying to give him advice on how he can get back with the Hurt Syndicate, what he needs to do to get another thumbs up. And Shelton called him something that I will not repeat on here, but what do you call him? Short George Costanza? Yeah, inappropriate Shelton. But I think the next thing that's going to happen is MJF's going to impress Shelton.
Yes.
How he does it, but then he's got to get Bobby to believe. And will he? Seems like Bobby ain't playing right now.
No. I think it comes down to get that third thumbs up, MJF has to come in and
save the day. And then you call my man Cedric Alexander, hit him right in that back. Hit him right across the knees on that back. Done.
Love it.
Let's get to the main event. And if anyone posts anything, I'll try to make sure I go back to that and read it. But we have Claudio Castagnoli and that little shit Wheeler Yuta taking on Samoa Joe and Hook. And I say that with love. Captain Planet, Wheeler Yuta. I love you. I think Yuta's benefiting greatly from the Death Riders.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Shibata comes out. Listen, I'm not going to go through this match. This was a main event being worked. Shibata eventually comes out when Moxley tries to interfere. Shibata puts Moxley out. Go to sleep. Samoa Joe puts Claudio. Go to sleep. Joe's back looked tore up, by the way. Joe looks like he needs some R&R here.
Yes.
And then Yuta got caught by Hook in the Red Room. You know what that spells backwards. And out goes Yuta. Yuta taps. I love it. This was a match I wanted to see in like Ring of Honor a couple years ago.
Yes.
The Ops win. Marina Shafir gets in the ring. Numbers catch up to the Ops. They start getting beat down. Hooks eats a neutralizer on the chair from Claudio because damn you, Claudio.
Right.
Samoa Joe gets on the mic. I don't know if he called them the D Riders or what, but they had to censor something he had said, or maybe he called them the B word. I don't know what he was doing out here, but Joe's out here cussing. He's mad. He ain't fussing. And Samoa Joe says that they're coming for the Trios Championships. I think this is where the switch happens. This is where the turn happens.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, the turn is coming.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. MVP said we're in a business world. You get your consumer and you find out what they want and give it to them. I like it. I thought that's what Joe said.
Yeah.
The D Riders. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, they were wilding tonight on the show. I think Jericho cursed too. They had to censor it.
Yeah, I think he did.
But my dude, I did not hate this. It wasn't the best follow up from a pay-per-view, but I thought it was okay. It was an okay episode of Dynamite tonight.
Yeah, it
7 out of 10 for me.
Yeah, it definitely was okay. It wasn't the best, but it wasn't
the best. The best.
Oh, shit, I forgot all about that.
I miss Ortiz. Shout out to you. We're thinking about you, Ortiz.
Right. Yeah, it wasn't the best, but it was okay.
The best.
You gotta take it for what it's worth, you know?
Yeah. That was the episode. Collision looks good. Listen, me and Derek are going to be back next week. Little spring breakthrough coming through here. I think that'll be a nice episode. They're in Boston, Mercedes' hometown. At least where she reps.
Boston.
This guy. Where she reps, Boston. We'll have all that and more. Me and Hubs, I think we're gonna have a WrestleMania preview this week at some point. Also going to look out to have the WrestleMania reviews up. Me, Derek, and I think Hubs will be joining us. If anyone else is interested at the time, we'll let you know if we're free or we have some extra spots open. We're gonna talk some WrestleMania, night 1, night 2, and we'll go through the whole thing. We got a lot on our agenda here, so hold it down for us. Show some love, respect, hit like on the videos, subscribe to the podcast. Leave a 5-star review if you haven't somewhere. 5 stars. Helps greatly, especially Apple Podcasts. I think we got like 34 5-star reviews. Get that bad boy up to like 40 or 50, man. It's been stuck there for a minute.
Cool.
So if you got Apple Podcasts, leave a quick review. I see them. It pops up. I'm trying to think if there's anything else. Nothing else I could think of.
Nope.
Enjoy yourselves. Enjoy your family. Go do something fun outside. Do something great with your life.
Yes.
And for myself and my guy, Derek, we are out, man. Enjoy AEW. If you're enjoying it, enjoy it. If you think it needs to be better, great. If you need a break from it, take a break. But love pro wrestling. Enjoy pro wrestling. This is the best time to be a fan right now.
Yep.
You got options. You got things you can do. For myself, my guy, Derek, we are out for this episode, and I'll be back for Clash of the Podcast on Monday. And join us next week for Spring Breakthrough. We are out.